Me? A weeb? I don't think you know what you're talking about. Hello, you sexy Greek gods. Yeah, so I'm exposing myself as a weeb, but you know, it's 2020 and being a weeb is kind of like cool and quirky now, I guess. So today I'll be sharing some of my favorite anime and manga series. And just like with my favorite songs video, this is far from the end of it, but today I will be sharing 7. I've tried to include a little something for everyone, you know, the beginners, the filthy casuals, the elitists, and I have one series for my shoujo lovers. So yeah, in no particular order, here are the series that make me squeal like a 3-year-old. Enjoy!
俺たちに手伝えることがあったらにひこんなお前が先にやったんだろお返しだ俺はわざとじゃないスキルはわざとじゃないか
Hunter x Hunter. God, I rewatched this series like so many times. Actually, in quarantine a couple months ago, I rewatched it maybe like my 4th or 5th time, and I still felt super empty inside after it ended and cried for like a week, so. So, where do I begin? Oh, I don't know where to start! Okay, first of all, the main cast of characters I absolutely adore. Especially the bromance, the friendship between Killua and Gon is just... It's so cute. It never fails to melt my heart. And I really like how the protagonist Gon is kind of a deconstruction of the typical shonen protagonist. And without spoiling too much, what is really interesting is that his character arc kind of moves in this direction, whereas Killua's kind of moves in that direction. And they move, it's a very poetic progression of their characters. And also, Kurapika is the OG Sasuke, don't at me. Leoreo is just a really good dupe. My favorite character though is of course Killua. He goes from kind of living a meaningless life and being this cold-blooded assassin to making friends, finding his purpose in life, and actually learning to love himself, and it's one of my favorite things about the series. Also, the Yorknew and Chimera Ant arcs are some of the most legendary in shonen. They have great villains. Hisoka, great villain. Meruem, I love. Okay, anyway, the world building, the power system. If you're very particular about kind of the battle aspect of a shonen series, Nen is one of the most well thought out, most creative power systems out there. There will never be a fight in Hunter x Hunter that will bore you. It's just full of twists and turns, a lot of, 3D chess. There are also a lot of deeper themes explored in Hunter x Hunter, especially the Chimera Ant arc. It really touches upon kind of what it means to be human, and when you get to that point in the story, you'll kind of see how much of a masterpiece Hunter x Hunter is. And the only sad thing about it is that we never get a proper ending because the manga has been on hiatus for... It was the 2-year anniversary like a couple days ago, so yeah, that's the depressing part, is that it doesn't really have a resolution because it's technically not over yet, but it is 140 episodes of greatness, and you should go watch it right now.
And now you're leaving, just like that. Why do you have to go? Where are you going? What are you going to do? Just throw your life away like it was nothing?
I'm not going there to die. I'm going to find out if I'm really alive. I have to do it, Faye.
Cowboy Bebop. So I watched this show for the first time in quarantine a couple months ago, and I think it's one of those shows that I'm going to continuously revisit as I get older, and I think I'll appreciate it more and more on each viewing.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
So Cowboy Bebop is one of those shows that doesn't have any melodrama or dramatic reveals or anything. Everything about it is so realistic and subtle. All of the characters are in some way, shape, or form kind of stuck in their past and leading pretty empty lives in the future. And you get the feeling that they're all sort of searching for something, but they don't really know what it is. The show kind of has an episodic nature without any huge, overarching plot, but the characters are the true golden gem of this show, and it has one of my favorite soundtracks in all of media. It's got jazz and blues and kind of funk fusion. It's so good. It's so good. Like, if you watch the show and it doesn't stick with you, which I doubt it won't, at least I think the music will definitely stick with you. It also has one of, I think, the best endings of all time. The dub is wonderful. One of the gold star dubs out there. It's 26 episodes and you can knock that out in like a day. I so recommend it. There's just some kind of intangible thing about it that I can't pinpoint, but really, like, once you watch it, you'll realize how special this show really is. One Piece! Yeah, there's no way I can sum up my love for One Piece in like less than an hour, but I will try my best. So I loved this show back when I was 7 when I first saw it, and a decade later in quarantine I decided to rewatch all of it up until like 930 episodes worth, and I love it even more now. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I'm just gonna mention like bullet points so I don't like take up a literal hour about how much I love the series. First of all, the main cast of characters, we have the Straw Hat Crew. Currently there are 10 members and you kind of meet them as the series goes on. You have one of my favorite characters in all of fiction, which is Luffy. I love him as a main character. The plot never happens to him. He happens to the plot, and all of the Straw Hats are just Chopper, who's like cute as fuck. He's like a little like reindeer human. He's so cute. And then you have badass himbo swordsman Roronoa Zoro. Robin, I love Robin. All of the Straw Hats are so complex, well developed, enduring, and I just want to be adopted by them. Like, is that too much to ask for? One Piece has been the most popular manga in Japan for over 2 decades now. It is not for the faint of heart though, not because it's necessarily gory, but because it is long, like edging on 950 episodes and 1,000 chapters long. But honestly, once you fall in love with the series, you hope it never ends. The world of One Piece is so massive and intricate. What I especially like is that there are a lot of world powers and kind of different factions, and they all have opposing ideologies, so morality in the story is never clear-cut whatsoever. There's good and bad on both sides, and you really feel like everything that happens in the plot has major ramifications throughout the entire world. For example, one of the best arcs in my opinion in the entire series is the Marineford arc, which is basically a clash between 2 different world powers, and it's the kind of arc of such scale and epicness that only a story like One Piece could do. You know, only God Oda, praise be, and his godly world-building powers could ever, you know, pull off something like that. There's also kind of a meta-narrative on top of the adventure and fun and greatness of the main plot that kind of is about the mystery that is hidden underneath the truth of the entire world, and that ties to the One Piece, and we still don't know what the One Piece is, and it's just so many things, and it's also good. Just go watch it. If you want the best experience of One Piece, I really recommend reading the manga. The manga is epic and legendary, and you can probably catch up on the series a lot quicker that way. The anime, the pacing is kind of really slow because sadly, because One Piece is so popular, the animation studio really wants to milk it for as long as possible. Whichever way you want to experience One Piece, don't be turned off by the length because it's one of my favorite stories of all time.
I take it you're here to retrieve your brother? Just how do you plan on pulling an entire human out of here? What's your payment? Do you intend to offer your own body?
Yeah, I've got your payment right here. So go ahead and take it.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay, I mean, this series is a classic. Whether you're a filthy casual or an elitist, if you're just even a little bit of a weeb, you've heard of this story, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Okay, this story is just a masterpiece. The characters are endearing, the plot, the mystery is pure gold. Get it? Alchemy. There are so many different twists and turns, layers upon layers of things that just unravel like a beautiful Ferrero Rocher. This anime is only 64 episodes. The music is amazing. The voice acting, dub or sub, is amazing. Just go and watch it. Like, once you kind of unravel the mysteries, it'll give you chills. You also kind of unravel the philosophy. It never really kind of tells you what to think. It presents you with these ideas, things such as, I guess, the nature of life, the nature of truth, you know, what is the human life worth, what is God, what is humanity, what is good, what is evil, all of that stuff. So just go watch it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those JoJo fans that was initially finding it hard to get into the series because of part 1, but then Joseph happened, and the 3 gay Aztec gods, and I've never been the same since. There's nothing like this show. There's so much of today's anime and manga has been inspired by JoJo's, but it's so creative and unique and flamboyant, and even though I honestly think the author Araki, legendary immortal figure as he is, I think he mostly just makes shit up as he goes along, but it's so good. The charm of JoJo's is how flamboyant and random and packed full of culture it is. It's just such a memeable and lovable series. It doesn't have to have any dramatic plot, though I will say part 5 actually has a really good plot. Everything is memeable. The series memes on itself and memes on other people. The battles, the battles in JoJo's are never dull. They're literally never dull, especially since the introduction of stands in part 3. Every single battle has like 7 different Uno reverse cards, several curveballs, and always at the end, one beefy dude beating the shit out of another beefy dude, and it's amazing to watch. I don't know, like watching JoJo's, you will see how iconic this series is. No matter which part is your favorite, I think there's something for everybody with this show. JoJo's is so distinct, you won't find anything like it anywhere else, and it's so enjoyable, so don't skip part 1. Also, there's a crazy immortal god gay vampire named Dio, and he's about one of the best things ever.
肉体疲労から来る負担をほぐし、肩こり、腰痛などを解消する霊言の必殺技である。
呪いは消せたと思いますけど、まだ肩は重いですか？
疑ってすいませんでした。すっかり良くなりましたよ。また来てもいいですか？
もちろんですよ。
マッサージ代は40分コースで3800円です。
バカ、マッサージ代じゃなくて呪い解除代って言えよ。
Mob Psycho 100. So if you know One Punch Man, Mob Psycho 100 is actually by the same author, but while I love me some One Punch Man, I actually think I prefer this series over it. So this story is more than just a shy middle schooler with awesome psychic powers, kind of exercising spirits. I think this is more, honestly, like a coming of age story that touches upon themes of the nature of talent, the nature of hard work. I think the most clever part about the series is how the conflict in the plot is tied directly to the conflict in Mob's character development, because his level of psychic power is tied to his level of emotions. Because he doesn't want to hurt anybody, he's kind of lived his entire life suppressing his emotions, suppressing what he wants. The emotional core of this show is about Mob as he works to improve at the things that he's not naturally good at, as he gets better at dealing with his own emotions and communicating with other people. It's such a human, endearing, relatable kind of story. And the relationship between Mob and Reagan, despite Reagan being a con artist and just a sham, their pupil and teacher relationship is so endearing. I can't describe this series with any other word but endearing. It's amazing. Go watch it. There are, I think, 25 episodes, 2 seasons so far. It's a really quick watch. The comedy is amazing. The music is amazing. The animation is...
この髪どうしてこう赤毛でくせっ毛なのかしら。ムキーちっともまとまらない。
そんなことないだろ。な、吐く。
ええ、イル陛下。姫様のお口が変などと誰が申しましょうか。あえて申し上げるなら脳みそが変ですね。
おだまり下僕。ねえ、こいつなんとかして態度でかすぎ。
まあまあ、タクはお前の幼馴染だ。
Akatsuki no Yona, or Yona of the Dawn. So my last recommendation today is for all of you shoujo lovers, romance lovers. This one also has a lot of fantasy. First of all, the main character of this show I love because she kind of starts off as a naive, kind of bratty, sheltered princess. As she faces hardship and comes to see the realities of her kingdom, she grows into a beautiful human being. The love interest, Hawk, is just a badass. He's such a funny guy, and I love their relationship, which is a very slow burn, but it's well worth the slow burn. There's also 4 kind of mythical dragon beasts that follow the legend, as well as a caretaker kind of character that's part of the main cast, and they're all amazing in their own way. There's also a lot of political intrigue with characters that are not just in the main cast. There are so many different moving pieces, and there's just so much to love about the series. And if you're interested, I think the anime only has 1 season out right now. It's 24 episodes, and there's a manga that extends far beyond the events of the anime. So yeah, I really recommend the show. It's so cute. So yeah, that was my 7 recommendations. I hope that if you haven't seen any of these shows or series, that you give any one of them a shot. There was obviously so much that I couldn't include on this list. Things like Attack on Titan and Yu Yu Hakusho, which I haven't officially finished yet, and other things like Haikyuu, Made in Abyss, and Kaichou wa Maid-sama, all of that. So definitely expect more of these videos. This is gonna be a long one to edit. Yeah, anyway, if you have any recommendations for me, also, please leave that in the comments below or just message me. I'm always down to watch anything. Like the video if you did, dislike if you didn't, and subscribe to the Cuteness Code for more weeb shit. Toodles!